Hello, overthinkers out there. If that's you, you're going to resonate with this lovely video today. I used to be an overthinker, and sometimes I still overthink. And that is a habit that we just have to break, because that is the old self, and we want to become the new self today. We want to master ourselves. And so I'm Samantha. I'm your host of this video today. I'm a therapist, and I'm creating a video every single day for a year, and I'm on video 196, and that's what this one is, of 365. So thank you for being here. If you're old, thank you for being here and joining me as usual. And if you're new here, welcome. There's some reason that you stumbled upon my videos, and so check them out. See if anything resonates with you, and if it does, please share it with others. Just trying to get out some ancient wisdom that I think is really helpful to people and will increase you and increase your life. And that's what I'm here for, is to help with those two things. So I thought we would talk about intentions today and overthinking as well. So the old self, which is you right now, is an overthinker, is an over planner, is an over everything. And we've got to get out of our heads and more into our bodies and more into the flow. As I say, go with the flow. Well, how the heck do you do that? Well, you got to practice, because you've practiced overthinking for so long that it's become conditioned in you to use your head to think and think and think and think and try to come up with solutions. And then we just have smoke coming out of our ears, and we don't know what to do. And we're frantic, and we're spiraling, and we're anxious, and all those things that we just don't need to be. So one thing I love to do is I will write down some sort of intention, and I will say, thank you that I just now received, or thank you that I have this, or thank you that this has been resolved. That's a good one. Thank you that, my debt has been resolved, or thank you that this relationship issue has been resolved. Anything you want to write down that is a good intention for you, something that you want or desire, or anything really, and write it down, and then think about how you would feel if you already had that thing, or if that issue were resolved already. Just think about how that would feel. You can close your eyes right now and do this if you want to. Just imagine that you're already this person that has this stuff, or this thing, or this person, or this job, whatever it is. And just kind of get into that feeling and feel what it feels like in your body too, to have that. What emotion is coming up for you? Do you feel it in your heart? And one thing I will say, the heart is like, oh my gosh, it's so much stronger than the brain is. It's so much, there's so much more electricity there. So if you focus on your heart, really get into your heart and just feel it, focus on your heart. And really sit there for a second and send this beautiful white, warm light to your heart. And just feel it getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And imagine this light going all around your body as you're thinking about this intention of yours. And just rehearse this over and over in your mind. Pretend like it's already happened. And right now you're teaching your heart to open. Actually imagine your heart opening more and more and more. And imagine this thing that you're wanting, and imagine that you're already that person that has this thing. And another thing you can do while you're in this state, hopefully you're a little relaxed, do some breathing. Just kind of feel your heart opening. It's the best feeling in the world to have your heart opening. And I want you to do this. This is a little sneaky thing I'm sneaking in here. I want you to imagine your little inner self. And I want you to imagine sitting in your little self's room as a child, or go outside to a beautiful pond, wherever you want to go, and see your little self sitting there, and sit down next to him or her and say, what do you need from me right now? And listen to what they say. It's very interesting what they might say to you. And just kind of sit there and look at them and see what they're saying to you. Sometimes they might want to play. Sometimes they might want to run. Sometimes they might say, I just want you to sit here with me and just be with me. Sometimes they might say, I want a hug. whatever it is, just say, what do you need from me? And just see what they say. And then kind of go back into your heart and open your heart even more. Just feel love and peace in your heart. And go back to your intention. And think about your inner child, what they just said to you. And a lot of times the thing that we want right now is what that little child wanted as a kid. But it might not be that one thing. It might be the feeling that you're wanting from that thing you're wanting right now. So your inner child sometimes is still inside you. Not sometimes, but really all the time, I think. And it's something from childhood that you're wanting that maybe you didn't get. And so you want this thing right now because it's going to give you a feeling. And you just want to practice this feeling of opening your heart and feeling this feeling, whatever the feeling is, that maybe you wanted when you were a kid, and link that to the intention. See if it matches up. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. But it's really interesting to just practice this and rehearse this feeling. Teach your body that you're in this feeling and that it's safe to feel this feeling. And then keep breathing through that and keep feeling this white light around your heart. Keep your heart open. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and stay in that feeling and know that you just generated a mental state just from a few thoughts, just from relaxing your mind and body for a little bit, just from communicating with your inner voice, your inner girl or boy, and you connected to them, which you can do this at any time. It's a very interesting practice. I did this one time, and I was in my old bedroom as a kid, very young. I was 4, and I said, "What do you need from me?" And she said, I just want you to sit here with me. And she said, I need you to take me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. And she said some other stuff too, but there's no need to tell you what she said. But anyway, I grabbed her and we ran out of the house, and I saved her. And then I brought her to the house that I'm in now, and she was so excited. She was listing all the things that she had wanted when she was a kid, and now they're in this house. She said, "This is all mine?" And I said, "Yeah." And then she turned into me as an adult, and I was looking at myself. And myself said to myself, "You did it. You saved her." And then kind of just disappeared. And it was very, very just weird. It was pretty cool because it felt like I let go of some energy. I did something. I moved something. And that's the point. We're moving our mental state. We're just shifting it. It's a shift in consciousness. It's a small shift in consciousness to be able to get whatever it is that we want. Now, when you practice these little practices, you're basically teaching yourself how to feel a feeling before anything changes outside of yourself. And you practice it so much to the point where you don't even need that thing anymore. You don't even care to have it. And that's the secret to manifestation, is you just don't really care anymore if you get it or not, because you're feeling so good inside without it already. But we let the external dictate so much of our mental state during the day that if we were to practice feeling into the state that we want to be in over and over and over with intention, instead of practicing the default mode that we do every single day, then if we practice that good feeling, we're eventually going to manifest what it is that we want. But we're so focused on what we don't have, which is lack. And as soon as you get into the feeling of gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation, love, peace, all those feelings, you're no longer in lack anymore. So that's what this intentional practice can do. It'll take you out of lack and put you into love and appreciation And that's where you can create from. You don't want to create from lack, because you're creating from lack all the time. But you don't want more lack to come from lack. You want abundance to come from abundance. And so we've got to shift, just a small shift. Everybody's got 60 seconds a day to practice an intention. So whenever you think about it, think about what you want. But not only think about it, feel it. Because we're only going after that feeling. We wouldn't want something if we didn't get a feeling from it. And if you're, let's say with money, if you don't have enough money, you want money because it would give you the feeling of relief, because you'd have your bills paid. You wouldn't have to worry anymore about your bank account. So worry would go away and you would feel relief. And so if you can practice feeling relief right now, then you're going to eventually shift into that state of consciousness where there is relief. There is actual relief. But you have to almost trick yourself and rehearse these intentional scenes over and over. Any kind of scene that you want to think about will help you. It's just, again, we're training ourselves to leave one mental state that isn't helpful over to a mental state that is helpful. So you're going from scarcity to abundance. You're going from self one to self two, old self to new self, yesterday's self to right now self, whatever you want to call it. We're changing frequencies. We're changing energy. We're changing from, one radio station to another radio station, because you can't hear both at the same time. You can only hear one. You can only hear or only think one thought at a time. So there's so many things to consider, but we don't need to overthink this. All it is just a small shift in consciousness. So if you're an overthinker, that means you're probably worried a lot. You probably don't trust yourself a lot. You're probably in scarcity mindset a lot. So check your belief systems of what must I believe is true about myself in relation to what's going on? Because if you're in, let's say, abundance and you have enough money, you're not going to be thinking about, oh my gosh, my bank balance isn't enough, and oh my gosh, am I going to have enough to pay these bills? So you identify with that belief that you don't have enough, or else it wouldn't bother you, like you wouldn't worry. But if you can train your brain to deny your senses, we know that the bank balance isn't where we want it. We know. I mean, it's easy to see that. This is probably the biggest problem with everybody. Health, lack of money, and relationship issues are probably the three biggest areas. And so you've got to practice not thinking those thoughts that are harming you. And by harming you, I mean they're causing you to feel anxious, which is turning on stress. All the stress chemicals and hormones are rushing through your body. So we want to calm those down. We want to calm the body down, and just closing your eyes and doing, setting an intention and connecting with the inner child, I think, is so powerful. It's so weird, I know, because I used to think, that inner child stuff is like kind of whatever. And again, anything you think works for you will work for you. So a lot of people resonate with this inner child thing because there's just something about it. I think it's because we really are just that same little child in an adult body if we haven't changed our belief systems, because we're raised with a certain belief system. And so if we never change those beliefs about ourselves, then we still are technically that little child. So it's kind of cool to just connect with that little girl or boy and find out what they need from you right now. Because sometimes that's all you need, is to figure out, okay, what needs did I not get met that I need to meet for myself today? Whatever you didn't get back then, give to yourself. That's what you have to do as an adult. Take responsibility and say, you know what? I'm going to empower myself. I'm going to give myself what I never got. And that will shift your consciousness as well. There's just so many ways to shift and to feel better. But we just overthink things a lot of the time because we're so used to it. So I just want to implant that seed in you that everything you're doing now And everything you believe has just been programmed. You've just been conditioned to think this way. And you don't have to think that way anymore. You could change it. And it just takes some conscious effort. And the biggest thing is a decision. We have to decide, because without a decision, the universe is like, okay, there's split energy. You're 50-50 on this, and you're going to get like 50-50. You're going to get, one day you're going to feel good, the next day you're not. And it's just like a roller coaster. And the manifestations are going to be a little weird. So, and you're going to notice like your life, it will be a little weird in certain areas. Like, oh, I wonder why that happened. And then, this happened and it was good. And then, well, this happened. And so we're constantly complaining and we're constantly comparing. And so I really implore you to become your own evidence and stick to your own mind as much as possible. Just stay in your own business as much as possible. Stay very tunnel vision on your own vision. We don't want to know about other people's visions. It doesn't matter what's going on. That's their game. You're in your own game. You got to play your own game. So there's a lot of ways to play your own game, but you have to train yourself to believe in you. You've got to make yourself a priority over everybody else and over everything else, because you've got to learn to use your mind for you instead of against you. And this is what I'm going to be teaching in all the videos moving forward, is just how we use and direct our minds to where we want them to go instead of where they've always gone. Because nothing changes if nothing changes. We have to make a shift in our consciousness of what we're seeing right now, and we've got to trust in the invisible. And that is just, how do we do that? And it's just practicing. It's practicing telling yourself, I already have this. And this is how I feel now. This is how I would feel if I had this. So I'm going to practice this feeling of the future and pretend like it's now. And my body and brain aren't going to know the difference. So I'm just going to keep practicing. And then pretty soon you're going to be there, because it doesn't work any other way. But the thing is, we believe it for 5 minutes, and then we go back to daily life and we let something trigger us, and then we go right back down again. And then we remember again, oh yeah, I remember who I am. I'm going to go back to practicing. And then it just goes back and forth and back and forth. So we've got to look at our triggers as our teachers. Fear is a teacher. Worrying is a teacher. Anxiety is a teacher. That's all that is. They're just indicators. They're telling you where your thoughts are, where your belief systems are. And so in order to identify with a thought and have a reaction or a feeling that is associated with it, we have to have some sort of belief about ourselves that's associated with that. So you've got to think about, what must I believe is true to even have this trigger? What's underneath that trigger? Because it is a teacher for you, and it is showing you what's alive in you that might need to just dissolve. And maybe you can let go of that. You have permission to let go of it. You don't need to hold on to a lot of the stuff you hold on to. I think we all have an issue with that. We hold on to way too much. And that's why we feel so heavy. That's why our physical weight can go up too, because we're waiting to be ourselves. So that energy can't move out of our bodies. It just stays there. So I ask, what are you waiting to do? What are you waiting for to become your true self? What are you holding back on? What are you not voicing that you want to voice? What are you holding in? And so think about that. What's weighing you down? What are you waiting to do? And what's weighing you down? Think about those things. Chew on that for a little while. Maybe journal on those two things. Just really get into your body and think about, okay, what do I feel in this meat suit that I'm living in? What do I feel every day in this thing, in this vessel, in this avatar, in this character I'm playing? You never know what's going to show up when you ask yourself these questions. So just do some practicing, do some breathing, get really centered, open your heart, keep your heart open as long as you can. That's the best thing to do, is create this awesome heart energy and start living from that feeling. But I encourage you to try this every morning just to start your day off right, and start saying nice things to yourself. Go back to that mirror work I've talked about too. Just look in that mirror and tell yourself what you want to hear. Anything. Man, you're beautiful. God, I love you. You're an amazing human. Say those things to yourself. I'm going to have a great day today. We are going to have a great day today. No matter what, everything is for my benefit. Everything has a lesson and a gem for me to pull out of it and take with me on my journey. Anything you want to say to yourself. My mind generates millions. That's a cool one to say. My mind generates happiness and peace. I am peace. I am love. I am abundance. Say those things to yourself and live from that feeling. Feel what it feels like to hear those things after you say them to yourself. Like, what did that make me feel like? Wow, that made me feel kind of good. And just keep saying those things to yourself. Inject these things in, because if you don't, other things are going to be injected in, as you know, throughout your day when you encounter different people. And so you can't let those people take you off of this high-flying disc, as Esther Hicks calls it. The high-flying disc. We want to all be up there as much as we can, because everything is so much more beautiful up there. It's a totally different perspective other than being, down from there. So remember, everything is a mirror to you. What you're thinking, feeling, and assuming and believing is a mirror. So everything in your reality is mirroring you. So check your assumptions. What are you assuming? And when you create these intentions and you practice them, you're actually creating a new assumption. So everything that you assume, and once you practice that, it's going to solidify. It's going to become an actual assumption. Like, yes, I assume I already have this. And you let it go, it becomes an assumption that will reflect back to you in your reality at some point. It could take 5 hours. It could take 5 days. It could take 5 months. We just don't know the timing of things, because the timing is relevant for whatever your soul is needing. So timing is, everything's happening right now, because there's only now. We only have now to work with. And that should take some pressure off of you too, when you just think, you know what, I only have now to focus on. So if I only have now, that's all I got to worry about. I don't have to worry about tomorrow or yesterday anymore. I just worry about now. So practice this and have fun. And let me know in the comments if any of this helped you. And I just love you guys so much. I hope you guys are feeling great today. I intend that you're feeling great today. I hope this helped you in some way. I intend that it did. If it did, please share it with somebody that might benefit as well from this. And let me know if you guys have any suggestions for videos. I have so many things I want to talk about. Today was, again, not very planned. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to. And thank you all for being here with me. This has been so much fun. And we're on the road to 200 videos almost. So this is pretty awesome. Thanks for listening to me ramble every day. I appreciate you all, as usual. And remember, you are loved. Pass that on to somebody who needs to hear it. And remember to appreciate, or what do I always say? I'm tired. Remember to appreciate yourself, because what you appreciate appreciates. And have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.